Hello everyone, in front of the file art here with Soma Prime Incarnon. In this video I'll be showing you a clip of Soma Prime Incarnon working and then take you to the Soma Chrome and show you build that will work for not only Soma Prime Incarnon but Soma and Soma Prime. Now results will vary if you're using only Soma or Soma Prime because the Incarnon mode does add some little bonuses to the base Soma. Meaning the build may seem a little stronger if you're using Soma Prime without the Incarnon mode, but it still will work, and I think this is one of the more effective builds for the weapon. So let's show you the clip and then I'll get us into the Soma Chrome. So in this clip I'm fighting a Demolist and an Acolyte in a Steel Path Disruption mission, and as you can tell I read through both of them right here with the Soma Prime Incarnon. I'm not stripping any armor using my Operator, Warframe, or weapon. And the aura I have on Garuda is Brief Respite. So this is all because of the Soma Prime power. It is an extremely hard-hitting weapon, and I love it. So let us hop into the Soma Chrome right now, and I'll show you the builds I use for the weapon. So now I'm going to show you both of my Soma Prime Incarnon builds, and then I'm going to do side-by-side comparisons showing both of the base Soma Primes working, and then show both Incarnon modes working side-by-side. And you see both of them are pretty comparable in strength. One I do think is a little better, but I'll see if you can predict it. So first off, this is the viral heat one I'm using. This is using primed crowd rounds instead of rhyme rounds because I do like the higher amount of damage I'm gaining from this, as well as hellfire instead of thermite rounds because I, again, like the higher damage. It's better for the damage over time, the slash and the heat. Now, as you can see, I am not using, on either build, I am not using Serration. The reason being is because Galvanite, Primary Merciless, gives me 30 plus damage for 4 seconds, stacks up to 12 times, which is 360% damage. Combining that with Galvanized Aptitude, which is on kill, 40% direct damage per stat type, affecting the target for 20 seconds, stacks up to 2 times. I feel it's a lot better than Serration. You could swap out Serration for this, but I do think having this stack with Merciless works a lot better. So I tend to keep Serration out of this build. Also for this build in particular, I'm not using Point Strike or Critical Delay, I believe is the other crit mod. Or is it? Yeah, I'm not using Critical Delay or Argon Scope or Galvanized Scope because Hada Satya, which is a Soma Prime specific mod, goes up to 500% crit chance. So it is a lot better. It does take build up and you do lose the crit chance upon reload or holstering the weapon. So it does have its good and bad, but I prefer using this for the mod. Now something to keep in mind for Soma Prime and the Incarnon is Soma Prime and Soma both have the same base crit, 30%. The status is lower on regular Soma. I think it is 7% and it's 10% on the Prime. So that is the thing, but the crit does not change. And the Incarnon mode has 10% crit chance. So you're going to see a very much difference in the coloring of crits I get based off of normal Soma compared to the Incarnon mode for both of these. The second one I have is this. Pretty much the same build as you can tell. The only difference is instead of the Hellfire, I'm using Vigilante Armaments. The reason being for this is because this build is solely based off of Slash, and instead of using Point Strike, which would give me more crit, or Galvanized Scope, which would also give me more crit chance, Vigilante Armaments I feel is better because one, it adds to my multi-shot, it has 60% multi-shot, and it has 5% chance to enhance critical hits from primary weapons. Meaning that when you shoot a bullet with the Galvanized mode, which again only has 10% crit chance, so let's just say we put in crit delay here, it only goes up to 30%. So it's really not that big of a crit chance. But this allows it to go from the yellow to orange crits, whereas with this build, it does not work. So now let me show you the side-by-side comparisons. So on the left I have a viral Hunter Munitions build, and on the right is my viral Heat and Hunter Munitions build. Now both do take a minute to build up because of Hada Satya, but once both of them are built up, I get a ton of orange crits. However, the left one, because of Vigilante Armaments instead of the Heat mod, does let me build up more crit and end up getting you a few red crits because of the ability to enhance crit by 5%. So I do feel that build does end up dealing a little more DPS because I'm able to actually get a few red hits that will end up proccing slash, and it shreds their enemies much quicker. Now, as you can tell, because of the whole enhancing crit, that does affect the Incarnon mode. As I said, the Soma Prime Incarnon only has 10% crit chance. So on the left I have the viral 100 munitions build, and on the right I have the viral heat 100 munitions build. Because of the whole enhancing crits, the Vigilante's set on the left allows me to actually get a couple of orange crits with the build, whereas with the right, there are no orange crits. So I do feel that the left does end up being a little better, but it is personal preference on what build you prefer, but I think both, as you can see, work very effective. I do think that the 100 munitions build with viral alone works a little better late game than the heat build, but both are very strong and potent. Tell me what kind of build you have down below in the comments. Are you going to use either my builds, or do you have a build you like better that you think is more effective? I'd love to hear about it and learn from others in the community. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you're new, do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will be doing a ribbon rolling video for my silver ribbon in the future, and I will be showing it in YouTube on how it helps with the build and making another guide about ribbons themselves separately. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, everyone. Take care, all. Peace.